Om Shanti. Welcome to today's episode of Masters of Change. We are defined by the choices that we make and what we do to become better human beings, because that is where the change really starts. The kind of choices that we make defines us. So we have with us today Sister Kathryn from Scotland to tell us the kind of choices that we should make in life to progress. Welcome, Sister.
Thank you. Lovely to be here with all of you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Why don't you start by telling us your journey and how it all started, and when did you feel that there was a need of spirituality?
Well, my journey started way back when I was a child. In this birth, I found myself in a beautiful village in Scotland, countryside, everything that the heart would desire, well, my heart anyway. Yeah. And there was something missing, and that was the spiritual aspect. Although I did grow up in a very Christian family, very Methodists. And so we used to go to church every Sunday. I went to Sunday school.
Oh, nice.
Well,
Yeah.
but you know, when you go to churches and Sunday school, it's good education. But no one was able to answer my heart's desire, the question that I had about who God was. And so, as I grew up, I was still looking for God. I had horses, so I spent a lot of time out in the countryside. I think that was my meditation time, unknowingly. But going back to early days, saying my prayers, somehow I knew God was listening to me. You know, especially at night when we'd end the day, the family tradition was to close the day by saying a prayer to God. And I always wanted to extend it for a long, long period of time, because I felt God was really, really listening to me.
You had that feeling within you?
Deep within me. But anyway, no one was able to answer any questions I had in my mind. And as I grew up, I took time out from going to university, and I traveled, and I worked abroad and to support my travels.
Correct.
And I was looking. I'd been to Zen, Buddhist meditation. I found a beautiful mosque in Paris where I could sit in the garden. I liked the vibrations.
Yeah.
I'd read many books, autobiography of a yogi, and seen many cartoon magazines from India that were very, very interesting. Some beautiful images of the god, Shiva in particular. He was beautiful. But no answers, no real response. And I really felt God was my friend. We tend to think in Christianity God is strict. But I didn't feel that at all. I thought he was my friend, you know. Yeah. Anyway, I decided, okay, no one's giving me the answers I want. And I was in Strasbourg working for the summer, because I was going to go to South America, see the Incas, the Aztecs, who knows, maybe someone could answer. Right. But on my way to work, I passed a center, it was the Brahma Kumaris, and they had a beautiful shop window. And each day they changed the pictures. And they had, some of the pictures I didn't understand at all, no? And then one day they put this very simple picture. It was a spark of light and a yogi in a white sari with a pigtail looking towards this light. And I thought, that's it. That's what I knew. That's what I experienced when I sat with God. And, well, actually, before that, you know, I had a very deep experience of God. I was in Spain, and it was the Dia de los Reyes, the Day of the Kings, and they parade the Madonnas. Yeah. A bit like taking the deities on tour, no?
Correct.
And at that time, I really, really felt disconnected from the body. I felt so detached, and I felt something magical's happening. And I remember telling my sister, and she said, "You better come home now, quickly." Yeah. They were worried about me. Yeah. But anyway, you know, and it left an impression in my mind that God was something beyond. Yeah. No, God was something.
No physical form.
Nothing physical. And so when I saw this image, oh, my heart softened. I thought, I have to find out more. But I didn't want a guru. I didn't want any guru.
Yeah.
I thought, no, God is not physical. I want to find God. But anyway, the course was free. It was 7 days. I thought I got time. Yeah. So I went along, and the brother who opened the door, he was wearing kurta pajamas. And my heart went, oh no, he's a guru. And then he took me into this tiny little room with a big picture of the founder of the organization, Brahma Baba. Yeah. I loved his face. I liked Brahma Baba's face very much.
But again, a face.
Again, a guru.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh no, maybe I haven't come to the right place. But then when he started explaining to me the knowledge of Raja Yoga, who I am, I'm a soul. I'm not this physical body. I live within it, but I'm quite separate from it. And the greatest power I have is the power of my thinking. You know, whatever I think, that's what I feel. This touched me so deeply. It changed my world. And from that moment on, when I recognized myself to be the spiritual being, I was lost again in this world beyond. And then the next lesson was who God is. Oh, I was so happy. I didn't need the rest of the course.
You were sold in 2 days.
That was it, you know. And then when he explained to me, we wake up early in the morning, no problem. I had horses. We used to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning for feeding, you know, it wasn't a problem. Yeah. But at 4 o'clock meditation, I thought, I can do it. Mind you, I was still coming home at 4 o'clock in the morning in those days. Yeah. Because different lifestyle.
Correct.
And yeah, I thought, okay, I can go for this. And all the diet wasn't a problem. I was already a vegetarian. And I was there every day for meditation.
So you used to go at 4 a.m. Did you used to sleep, or did you used to just go from wherever you were at 4 a.m.?
No. After I'd been to the meditation center, my life changed overnight, you know. And it was very interesting, actually, because you realize who are social friends and who are real friends.
Correct.
And when you do start move towards something spiritual, a lot of friends drop away because you're no longer interested in the things that they're interested in. Yeah. And I realized I had only a few friends really, you know, who were interested in what I was doing. Yeah. But no, I used to sleep, and I didn't go to the center at 4 o'clock in the morning. I used to go at 6 o'clock. Okay. For the meditation and the Murli. So I really continued the course in...
You can tell us what Murli is?
Yeah, it's the study that we have at the Brahma Kumaris centers every day of the week, 7 days of the week, no holidays. But it's...
it does help? Does it help?
I think some people have love for the Murli, some people find it difficult. Yeah. But I found for myself that any thoughts I was having the previous day, I was receiving answers. I didn't know anything about deities. I didn't know anything about Hindu traditions. I didn't know anything about the story of Bharat. I didn't know any of these things. Correct. But it didn't seem to matter, because the feeling and the experience I was having inside myself was greater than having to understand everything. Yeah. And I feel slowly, like little drops of water. The soul was being softened. And I feel, because my question about God had been answered, nothing else mattered. Right. Nothing else mattered.
That was in a deep search of who God was, and you had no more questions.
No more questions, not at all. And I very quickly moved into Shakti Bhavan, which was just above the center. Okay. It's the home where the sisters live. Okay. So I had some very good teachers who taught me how to be and, you know, how to progress and how to really go to the depths of Raja Yoga. You know, I had a very, very busy mind, I think, not knowing what to do in life. And so many thoughts running day in, day out. But once I started meditation, I had a very quiet space in my head, which was heaven, which was really, really peaceful. And after 3 years in Strasbourg, Daddy Janki, the joint administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris, who left us quite recently. She asked me to come back to Scotland, which was my birthplace.
Right.
And I was in Edinburgh for many years. I spent 20 years in Scotland.
Yeah.
And during that time, I was working at the Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
I was their certificate of origin. When people are importing things, they have to have certificates of origin, where the parts came from.
Yeah.
So I was their officer. And also we had business breakfasts, business lunches, business dinners.
Yeah.
And of course, by then I was very firm in my diet.
Correct.
And we always had to go to hotels.
Yeah.
And people would have lamb and everything else. And I would have a fruit platter.
Yeah.
And again, even though I was dressed in ordinary business clothes, the conversation would always be, why did you get this?
Yeah.
Why couldn't we get this? And the conversation would end up, but what do? You're different, you know? Even though we're dressed like everyone else,
Right.
I think there's something different when you do start practicing meditation.
Yeah, the vibe that you emit is also different.
Yeah, and that's something I became very interested in because it's not so much what you speak, it's what you actually think.
Yeah.
Because what you think is what vibrates.
Yeah.
And today, of course, the quantum world has become quite an interesting dimension for many people, and they're starting to really understand the importance of our energy and our vibrations. You know, I live in Brussels now, and it's a very, very beautiful city, you know, an international city. But people are there to work. They come for 4 years, 5 years, and their lifestyle is so stressful. You know, they're all the time having to play a role, having to play a part, and they don't know where that part's going to take them. And they end up coming to the center just to be still, to be peaceful, to have some time out before they go back into their busy days. Because yes, Raja Yoga teaches us, I play a part on the stage. I do have to fulfill my responsibilities. Yeah. It would be nice sometimes to put them to one side, but who am I? I'm a soul. Yeah. I'm a being of peace, a being of light. And we found our eternal friend. Yeah. Well, I found my eternal friend. Yeah. And I feel wherever we are in the world, you realize, you know, from my experience in the early days, friends who are true are always there. But friends who are social, when your life changes, they're no longer present in your life. And I think people depend so much on each other in today's life that it would be nice, I think, for everyone to have this opportunity to experience something different. I always say to people, you know, give it 1 month. Yeah. Test it for 1 month. That's what I did. Right. You know, just give yourself 1 month and see what happens.
It's so beautiful, your experience. Did your work ever got affected? Because since you said you used to go to business meetings and people think that you're different. So did that ever affect your work, or did they think of you and see you in another light which was not good for your work?
And they actually respected me a great deal. And I had a no gossip corner. My desk was in a corner. Right. And of course, everyone in the office, you know, it is quite a busy place. So I had a box of these virtual reality cards, you know, positive thinking cards. Right. And when someone would come, you know, they'd come over and sit near your desk. I'd say, would you like a card? Yeah. And they'd look at me, take a card, read it, smile and say, okay, I'll speak to you later. Yeah. The conversations never became really gossipy. Heavy or gossipy. Yeah. So it was like, it became the gossip-free corner of the office.
Sometimes they just used to come and then for the card only. Did that ever happen?
Well, I think they came sometimes to share something, but the card
was the main.
was the block.
Yeah. Oh, that was the block. Okay.
Yeah.
And are there any special meditation experiences that you experienced when you started your journey, which you can recall of when you think of out of the body experiences?
Many.
If you can share.
Many. I remember the first time I sat down to meditate in Strasbourg, And the brother, Pierre, he was a French brother. As I say, it was a small room, probably the size of this square. And we were sitting on the floor, cross-legged, because we were young in those days, no?
Yeah.
It was easier. And he said to me, keep your eyes open and look towards me in the center of the forehead. And I thought, this is very strange, because we're taught not to stare, and I didn't know what I was doing. And as I was doing this, I saw this aura of light. And I thought, oh, this is real. Auras are real. I'd read about them, but now I was seeing one.
Wow.
And
around that person's head?
Around that person completely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then I just found myself surrounded in this light, beautiful light energy, very soft, very gentle, very, very caring, very loving. And it's as if the whole room became filled with a light. I can't explain the light, but it was very, very beautiful. That was my first taster. And yes, many, many other experiences similar. For me, I like to just go beyond and be still and be quiet. And I really feel God doesn't speak. He doesn't have a body, so He's not speaking to me. But I feel whatever I need is being received in a very subtle way. It's almost like I know what I have to do next in a good way. Or if there's any difficult situation, just to, SOS in the positive thinking course, lovely word, stand back, observe, and then steer your thoughts in the direction you want them to go.
Yeah.
And I think it's a little bit like Harry Potter, isn't it?
Magic.
Yeah, when you open this door and you're willing to look at yourself. I think that's the big challenge for everyone today. Am I willing to stop and see what's inside myself?
Sometimes it is scary for people to do that.
Absolutely. And it's easier to see what other people are doing. It's easier to notice the faults in other people, because it means it's okay for me to have them. Just recently, in the summer, we were doing some special meditations, and I realized, wow, I still have anger. It's not shouting anger, it's not throwing things. And someone sent me a sheet, the hidden depths of anger, and things like grinding your teeth, things like just looking in a strange way, or just becoming a little bit tense inside. And I thought, there's so many forms of anger that we choose to ignore because everyone has it.
If someone is aware of it, of all these things, subtle anger, if someone is aware that these things arise and these things are forms of anger, but they tend to react in a better way. They tend to pause and not react and not flow with that anger. Is that wrong? Is that creation of subtle anger wrong?
I don't think we can help it, can we? That subtle anger is within us.
Yes.
But I think what you're saying about the awareness, and I think everything starts with awareness. Okay. My life changed because of a new awareness, a new consciousness. Yeah. But it couldn't change until someone had given me the information to allow me to look at something differently. And so even by receiving that paper, I started to look at anger quite differently and recognizing it, these subtle moments. Mm-hmm. And by recognizing them, I have the opportunity, maybe I don't always take them because the habits can be deep. And I think the practice of meditation is certainly a beautiful tool to get to know, who am I?
Correct.
Who am I?
I'm sure you must have wanted to pass it on to other people, like your family and friends. How did they take it when you started to tell them about what you were feeling? Well,
my brother, he's older than I am. He was very, very accepting. Oh. He had a chalet in the garden. He said, okay, you can go and cook in the garden.
You can go and
cook in the garden, because I didn't eat what they were eating. Right. But he didn't really want to know too much.
Okay.
I had an elderly uncle who was in hospital in Scotland, and I used to visit him, and he was an atheist all his life. He would argue with everyone. God doesn't exist. And yet in those final days, he would always call me and say, Kathryn, tell me about God. What do you know about God? And I thought, Uncle Bill, you don't. Well, no, you don't want to know about God.
Yeah.
But I think, people start to realize there's something else. And my sister, of course, she was a Sunday school teacher, and they all accept my life. I think they're more and more curious as the years go on, and none of them have come close themselves, although they have done the course online because of Zoom, thanks to Zoom. But none of them have really taken it up. Maybe it'll happen.
Yeah.
But they're very, very respectful of my lifestyle, and very respectful of my diet. My sister used to be a good cook, and she'd say, for goodness sake, eat some soup. I'll take the meat out. Family. Yeah. They feel that it's love to feed you. But now it's okay. Yeah. They tease me.
Right.
Yeah, my brother used to say, wear a tartan sari. The traditional dress of Scotland.
And wanted to ask that, are there any new experiences that still come up to you? Because since you are in meditation since so long, so are the experiences, do they keep repeating, or still you feel something new every day when you sit for meditation?
Yes, things do repeat, but I feel there is a newness in our daily relationship with God. I wouldn't say it's I sit and have yoga. I would say I formed a relationship with God as my friend, my guide, my teacher. And I think once you awaken the conscience within yourself, I can't lie to me. I can lie to you or anyone else, but I can't lie to myself. Correct. And I feel also in life, if there's no attainment, you'll stop doing it. If you're not making progress, you'll think, well, why am I doing this? Let me find something else. So I do feel that newness is there in many different ways, either in my thinking, my behavior, my relationships, my ability to tolerate. I see big changes. And I'm more carefree, actually, in being who I am. Everybody has expectations of us. I love the Hindu words. Was it Manmat, Parmat, and Shrimat? Correct. I love these three words because, yes, the dictates of my own mind. What do I desire? What do I feel I need for myself? What other people expect of me and what other people want of me. It's around us all day long. But then what is the truth? What is the reality of my role, my destiny? I'm using the word role, but the part I play on this global stage in the midst of everyone else.
And I wanted to ask the Murli that you talked about, the spiritual knowledge that you read every day. What makes you think that everything which is mentioned over there is the truth coming out from the universe or God? Did you ever question whatever is written in that?
In the early days, I felt sometimes it was repetitive because the same points are brought up again and again, and basically your soul. God is the supreme soul. And then a lot of the stories from the scriptures, maybe I wasn't so interested in, and they were repeated a lot. But when you listen to them again and again, you realize the depths of their meaning. You realize that if you are listening, not seeing the person who's reading it, because again, I'm a soul. I'm hearing these words. And today, everyone can have the Murli. It's available everywhere. But I feel there has to be a certain cleaning going on within myself before I'm able to digest. Because I can listen. Someone was saying the other day, Zoom, it's good. YouTube is good, but when you flood the world with these things all the time, you're just listening. I think there's a time for studying. We study in the morning, and it's a beautiful time because we prepare the mind. It's like preparing the self to receive something divine. And it's like breakfast for the soul. It's my start to the day. And there's usually something in that murli that I can use throughout the day. Today, everyone's part in the drama. It's a wonderful drama. And I think we can always see, how can I apply this in my life? And I think it's like homework. Even if I take one sentence, one word, and I think about it, am I practicing this?
Yeah.
Am I a peaceful soul? Am I soul conscious? Am I body conscious?
Yeah.
What am I looking at? Because we know that interactions, when we see the faces of people, when we see the expressions they make, it changes our awareness very quickly.
Yeah.
We might come into a situation very positive, and we see someone's face and we think, oh goodness, what's happening? I believe everyone in this world's doing the best they possibly can with what they have.
Correct.
And I see everybody, either meditators or otherwise, everybody wants to do the best. And whatever that may be, whether it's someone who lives on the street or someone who's in a high positioned job, everyone has to struggle in one way or another. But I just feel meditation as a tool is a beautiful gift to give to the self. To be able to find quiet. We can't find quiet in this world. Doesn't matter where you go. Scotland, people think, oh, go to the mountains, it'll be quiet. But they use the jets. They practice flying through the mountains. So I have to find that place of stillness within myself. It's nowhere else.
Correct.
Yeah.
What do you think is the purpose of our lives?
Happiness, contentment, and love. And I think fear has overtaken, it's like opposites, isn't it? Fear, anger, greed, ego, attachment. It's like the opposite of what we actually need. And in the awareness of being the soul, we spoke earlier of energy and vibration. And I think that's something else that attracted me to the Brahma Kumaris. And it was the vibrations, the energy of the center. Just very, very peaceful, very beautiful. So yes, I think the world needs love. The world needs peace. The world needs courage.
And do you think the meditation is the answer to all of that?
Perhaps not the answer to all of that, because you can't take away people's, it's like needs have to be met. If people's needs aren't met, they can't necessarily find peace, love. But at least we can create little pockets, whether it's in the street or whether it's in little meditation centers, where the door is open and people can come in and
relax,
decompress.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your beautiful experiences. It helped me a lot, and thank you for taking out time. Would have loved to continue this conversation, but the time permits us only this much. Thank you, sister.
Thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you to everyone who's listening.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.